Hello, welcome to Yoga with Rach. I'm Rach, thank you very much for joining me today. So we're going to have a look at Eka Pada Raja Kapotasana. Bit of a mouthful, it's also a little bit of a challenge on the mat as well. So Eka Pada Raja Kapotasana, sometimes nicknamed EPRK, also known as One Legged King Pigeon. Or we sometimes call it the flip the grip pose. So what we're going to need is a belt. So I have a specific yoga belt, but you don't need to have one if you've got a belt on your dressing gown, a belt that you'd normally use on your jeans or trousers. Some people have a tie that they haven't used in a while, so as long as you can create a loop or a lasso with your belt. So we're going to be catching the foot behind us when we come into pigeon pose. So this one will really vary. If it's one that you're wanting to work with, do really be mindful that with the full variation of Eka Pada Raja Kapotasana, one-legged king pigeon pose, you do need to be working with the hips, the hamstrings, the back bends and shoulder openers. So it's an advanced pose for a reason. However, using the props, which sometimes we can easily look over, the ego can get in the way, but using the props can really help you get deeper into the poses, get deeper into your practice, and those poses that we feel that are really challenging for us can sometimes be a little bit more obtainable. So really do invest in props, belts, bolsters, blocks, because these can really help you, or look around the house and see what you can use. So if you don't have a yoga belt, do not worry. Like I said, go off and pause the video and grab a belt off of your dressing gown, a normal belt that you'd use, like I said, on your trousers, so you could just sort of lasso it through the buckle, or create a little lasso with an old tie that's no longer being used, and then we can go from there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a go with taking the loop, the lasso around the left foot. So if you have got a yoga belt, then you've got the D class, and you're just going to thread the belt through so that you can tighten the belt around your left foot. And we're going to find our way into pigeon. Keep the length of your belt reaching towards the top of the mat as we find our way into pigeon, with the right knee forward, right foot in front of the thigh, and extending the left leg back. Make sure that you're not putting too much weight onto the left knee, so adjust if you need to place any cushioning under the knee, because from here we're going to just twist to the left, looking at our left foot, and use the belt as we lift the left foot up by bending the left knee. So some of us, this might be as far as we go, and again, if the hip flexors, the quads are quite tight, do go back into the playlist specifically for hips and hamstrings and have a go with them. So from here we can start to reach back with our hand for the belt, and as we reach down the belt we might find that we actually get closer to the foot. So for some of us, when we start to move from pigeon in towards what we nickname mermaid pose, then the foot might be easily accessible without the belt. So we might have a little play here. We've got the different variations of holding onto the top of the foot with the arm straight, bending into the elbow, getting the foot a little bit closer. In time, we may start to get the foot closer towards the hip. Don't worry, it took me years to get here. I thought I would, but I worked this one into my daily practice. In time, we may start to get the foot closer to the body and hold onto the foot very gently into the elbow crease. And then once we're comfortable raising the front arm up, we can start to find the bind here for our mermaid pose. Then would be when we start to look at our flip the grip. So we're still going to be working same side arm and foot. So with the left foot, we've got the left hand. So with our flip the grip, we want to come back to this point where we're holding on to the belt, and you will let your hand slide around the belt so you haven't got a solid, firm grip. But the placement of the arm, we're stretching the arm back. We've got the palm facing out with the thumb facing up. And as we start to flip the grip, we're going to push the elbow out to the side as we start to turn the grip from facing out to facing up to then facing down, so we spin around. But notice how I've then slid my hand up towards my shoulder, away from my left foot, and then we twist into the body so the elbow's pointing up, and we're starting to lift the chin and the chest. We start to go into this back bend and a shoulder opener at the same time. And we start to release back round. So this is the key thing in the flip the grip. You've got to have your arm in the right place. We've got to be stretching the arm back with the elbow crease looking out, palm of the hand looking out, and the thumb facing up. And then as we start to switch, we push the elbow out to the side, the palm faces up, We then turn all the way around, so we're going into this Gomukhasana placement with the arms as the elbow then faces up and the palm faces down. In time, the hand may stay hold of the foot. So even though I can get my hand really right up to the foot, as I come into the flip the grip on this side of my body, I know that I have to let that hand slide away. So to start finding that in your body, you've got to start to let the hand go. So don't grip onto here for dear life, otherwise you're going to end up hurting your shoulder. So remember, you're exploring, but still be nice to your body. Come out of pigeon on the right side. We're going to take the belt around the right foot and then extend that leg back, and then have another play, checking in. So left side, left leg forward may feel very different in our pigeon pose than it does on the right side. We can start to work with that lift of the leg, working towards our mermaid pose. We can find that twist in the belly, so we're looking out to the side. We might find that we can find the foot and the arm straight. Top of the foot, we bend into the elbow. In time, foot starts to find the hips and foot into the elbow crease, reaching up with the front arm and finding our way into our mermaid pose or mer person pose. So from here, we can then again explore that flip the grip. So remember, you're holding onto the belt, but you can let the hand slide up and away from the foot towards your shoulder. Elbow crease is pointing out, hand, the palm is facing up with the thumb facing up. And as we twist into the belly, we start to flip the hand around. So we push the elbow out, we flip the palm to face up. Then the elbow faces up as the palm faces down. And then we twist to look forward and up as we come into our flip the grip. And in time, the foot may stay on the hand as we come into the flip the grip, but we'll be going through that nice and slowly. So I've had a few requests from students in the studio for this one. So there is your Eka Pada Raja Kapotasana, your one-legged king pigeon, or flip the grip using the belt. The belt will really, really help you as you start to find that in your body. Then you'll start to build up nice and slowly with this one, and it may start to become a little bit more accessible. So let me know how you get on in the comments below. If you don't have a belt, I will put a link to my shop in the comments below. The belt or the infinity belt is also a really good one to use. If you don't know what that one is, again, go and check out the link below. But otherwise, thank you very much and namaste.